We try again. Presley Martono on your left, Alex Quinn on your right. And we're racing this time, and Presley Martono is immediately followed by Ulis de Power, the Belgian, and under the Litchfield bridge for the first. Oh, and Ulis de Power just momentarily, I thought, was looking for a dive underneath Presley Martono. But Martono getting his wheels in line quickly and over the bridge, dropping down the ramp towards the first of the 3 hairpins in quick succession. Presley Martono from Ulis de Power, who again just has a little peep, doesn't he? We had Marta Garcia Lopez in the FA kart just making a move there, as you saw to the left of the screen, but Presley Martono still holding on to this early advantage from Ulis de Power. Alex Quinn not going to be disappointed with that start. He's running in 4th at the moment. So those front 4 just peeled away a little bit at this early stage as we swing out of the Mike Wilson complex. And this is a tight technical part of the circuit. John Lancaster was explaining when you drove this. Plenty of action here. Big wide sweep, and at the end of the opening lap, Presley Martono, the pole sitter, very, very much the guy who's full of confidence. And there's the move that we anticipated. And I have to say that Ulis de Power did not show anything like his real capabilities, in my opinion, yesterday throughout the heat. He's shown his real capabilities today. And coming up onto the from 4th to 3rd, that's Alex Quinn, who started in the off-pole position. Marta Garcia Lopez handily placed. Just looking at our info bar, Sun Yu Yang down in 14th place. He's going to look for a lot of hard work to be done to get a decent score from here. Kenny Rosens, the championship leader, already up from 21st to 16, and we're only about 1.5 laps into this 19-lap race. Kart number 205, Ulis de Power, the Biralart Perilla. And you saw from a very, very early stage that he was getting impatient to get in front there, getting himself well clear, if you will. Marta Garcia Lopez, who's been a thorn in the side of most of the guys here this weekend. If she's not been beating them, she's been trailing them very, very closely. And I guess Presley Martono grateful for a breather and a little bit of chance to regroup in 4th place, having lost 3rd place to Alex Quinn. Behind him, 5th and 6th, that's Frederick Vesti of Denmark and Logan Sargent, and I think it was Vesti getting the better, although I can't say that with absolute certainty. But Ulis de Power, a little bit smaller of stature, as you can see in the kart, dips his head against the wind resistance. And at the risk of inviting something dramatic to happen, let's have a very quick word with John Lancaster. How do you view the start? Pretty much a standard start, or a lot of movement early on? Well, very much as to be anticipated in the words of John. Not sure that you picked up all that he was saying there, but apologies if you didn't. But in the meantime, what we do see is that Ulis de Power increases his advantage, and Ivan Shvetsov, the Russian driver, has set a new fastest lap. Even Shvetsov is down in 13th place, but he's just posted 55.942, which is quicker than anybody else out there on the circuit. And the big sweep right on the wide outside that didn't work, that was kart number 251, I think. If it was 251, and I'm not sure I've read that correctly, so let's not take that any further. Well, I was probably reading Logan Sargent at 201, and Logan Sargent's name being mentioned raises a thumbs up. So Ulis de Power with an advantage of 0.4 of a second early on behind, in the front of Alex Quinn, and there goes kart 204. My, we got a little bit close and a little bit feisty there, didn't we? And these juniors served up some close racing with a little bit of touching, and once again we're getting that mix. Logan Sargent getting himself now up to 3rd place as I read that. 253 you see on screen is Alex Quinn. Alex Quinn just about a couple of kart lengths in front of Logan Sargent. Presley Martono doesn't want to lose any more ground at all. Kart number 204 for the pole sitter. In fact, looking to gain a place back at the expense of Sargent, but he's not in the best of places to make a move at that point. This is lap 5 of 19, and kart number 218, Marta Garcia Lopez, the driver in shot that you saw moments ago. But the clear lead is with Ulis de Power of Belgium. Ulis de Power has a margin of 1.08 seconds, and I have to say that with just 4 laps gone, a full second's lead at this early stage. Well, it's by no means race defining, and it's by no means putting a victory in the bag, but hey, it's pretty handy, isn't it, to be a full second clear. Using the full width of the circuit is Ulis, as indeed are most of these drivers. Fast lap now for Isak Blomqvist of Sweden, and he's in P20, just to show the democracy of this racing. Don't have any difficulties at all throwing in a fast lap if you're capable of driving it, even if you're downfield. Ulis de Pauwer's advantage is increased even further, 1.26 seconds over Alex Quinn. Well, if I may just have a reflection, I was surprised that Ulis de Pauwer wasn't further up the field in his heats yesterday, and it was no surprise to me that he went a lot better in the pre-final this morning. I must be honest with you and say it does surprise me that he's carved out such a good lead, such a big lead at so early a stage here. In pursuit, Alex Quinn in second place, Marta Garcia Lopez third, Presley Martono fourth, Clement Novalak in fifth place, Logan Sargent sixth, Drugovic of Brazil 7th, Vesti of Denmark 8th, Lundgaard of Denmark 9th, and Vidales of Spain completing the top 10. We're on lap 7 of 19, and the margin in favour of Ulis de Pauwer over Alex Quinn was 1.212 at the end of the 6th lap. Kart number 205, the Birel Art chassis, the Perilla motor, all of the drivers of course on LeConte tyres throughout the entire class, and LeConte have had a significant contribution to the speeds. I think the circuit commentator Henry Burdett was saying the former lap records here have absolutely plummeted the timings, as much as a full second being shaved off, and whilst that's not just down to tyres, far from it, the tyres have played a relevant part. In shot there you saw Kart 204, Presley Martono, who started on pole position. He comes into this event with just 3 championship points, having countered his outing in Portimao, one of the more disastrous outings that he's had earlier this season. But he has gone on to say to me that he felt really strong in terms of his own capabilities, and he felt all he had to do was not make silly mistakes, and front running at the very minimum was his, and race winning was there as well. But lovely shots these, hope you're enjoying them. The shots of kart number 205, that Birel Art of Ulis de Pauwer, taking it to a lead of 1.193. So if you want to throw a crumb of comfort to the chasing pack on lap 8, it is that Ulis de Pauwer's lead was actually bigger than this, virtually 1.25 seconds at I think 1.23. We're now down to 1.05, and Presley Martono in 4th place sets a new fastest lap at 55.16. Little bit of glancing over the shoulder. Not quite sure why that might have been necessary in the case of driver 204, because he's a long way behind, in relative terms, behind the guy in front, and a fairly long way. And well, I suppose those pictures, our cameras do foreshorten it a little bit, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he was looking at a potential move there. That would have been Presley Martono on Marta Garcia Lopez. This is Ulis de Pauwer working quite smoothly, isn't he? You see, not really snatching at the wheel, but definitely easing a fair little bit. You can see the movement from within the seat. And now, again, with the reference to the foreshortened pictures, that's nevertheless a storyline that cannot be denied, which is that Ulis de Pauwer is still in the lead, but the lead is now the lead is diminished to 0.386 of a second. So Alex Quinn leading the chasing pack in kart 253, the CRG Perilla, now in metaphorical terms knocking at the door, and 4th into 3rd is Presley Martono, going past Marta Garcia Lopez. So the pole sitter, who conceded the lead quite early on and fell back even into 4th place, is now making moves to try to get on top of the game in chasing down Alex Quinn. But this is Alex Quinn getting significantly closer now to Ulis de Pauwer. Presley Martono, the driver in shot now, in front of Marta Garcia Lopez and Logan Sargent, the driver behind those two. The top 5 having pulled away a little bit, and a little bit more sideways than he would have wished for race leader Ulis de Pauwer, and he's not the race leader now. So only a minor error by Ulis de Pauwer, but that was all it took for Alex Quinn to punish him. Alex Quinn, who is from Cornwall, 14 years of age, driving, is driving out of the CRG work squad and also racing in other series as well. 5 hours drive to get from his English home to the PFI circuit. Why is that? Well, he lives in the far southwest of England. We're in the East Midlands of England. So Alex Quinn driving the CRG Perilla, taking the lead on lap 10, consolidating that a little bit now. Yes, let's have another peep again. Well, at this point, you see, Ulis de Power is really not in a position to defend even before the move came. And the moment the move came, it was going to be consummated. Hope you like our little quick replays. The instant replays always gives us an opportunity to see how those things happened, and on that occasion it was really a relatively easy racing move to take the lead, because there was a fair gap left by our leader Ulis de Power. We're on lap 12 of 19. Presley Martono in third place, getting a little bit closer and making his move, and that's a nicely executed move. So the pole sitter, who got himself back to fourth place and had to then work hard to go past Marta Garcia Lopez, which took some time, and as when he went from fourth to third, in going from third to second, immediately looking over left shoulder, looking over right shoulder, when really perhaps you would think, as a non-racer, as a karting journalist is, that the first requirement would be, let's just get after that race leader, because he was not in a position where the challenge could come from the guy who's immediately been passed, Ulis de Power. And Ulis de Power, having been pretty impressive early on, will feel that he mustn't lose any more places. There's plenty of room. Fifth going up to fourth is Logan Sargent past Marta Garcia Lopez. So as in the pre-final, the lady from Spain having a really strong early start, but just shipping places. Well, it's not mid-race yet. Well, I guess it is mid-race. This is lap 13 of 19. So Presley Martono, he's 0.6 of a second adrift of the race leader, or at least he was at the end of lap 12. Can he reel in our race leader, Alex Quinn? These were the guys who started on the front row. Presley Martono was on pole position, Alex Quinn in the off pole, but the early race leader was Ulis de Power. But now the front row starters getting themselves back at the sharp end of the race, i.e. in positions 1 and 2. But Presley Martono, he's in a comfortable place, but 0.66 of a second has become 0.62 of a second. So yes, he's getting a little bit closer to Alex Quinn, but Ulis de Power, he's not shot his bolt, has he? His race is not finished, because Ulis de Power in third place, I hate to use these cliches, but I do use them, but climbing all over Presley Martono. And well, I was half anticipating a little dive on the inside, or at least a little peep to see if a dive might have been available. 0.619 of a second at the end of lap 13, but the evidence of our eyes is that it's no more than that now, and possibly a little less, maybe holding station at 0.6 of a second. But Alex Quinn on lap 14 of 19 at the moment, having broken the toe of the following pack, but being reeled in ever so slightly. Let's have a look at that time differential again. It was 0.66, then it was 0.619, and right now it's 0.357. So the evidence of our eyes that poleman Presley Martono from Indonesia is reeling in the Cornish Pixie is pretty much borne out. But that's a one-dimensional comment on the race, because the second dimension is that immediately behind Presley Martono, Ulis de Power is making heavy inroads, and he in turn pursued by Logan Sargent fourth and Marta Garcia in fifth place, and any one of those five a potential winner. In fact, you'd almost certainly say at this race the victory is going to go to one of these five. Marta Garcia Lopez is the one who was going backwards, but she's not been shaken off. She's still there. But talking about still there, Presley Martono is not 0.6 of a second behind Alex Quinn now. He's not 0.3 of a second. He's just millimetres. We're on lap 15 of 19. So as we come up to end lap 15, 4 to go, and these five drivers all strongly in with a shout. A reminder, this is the KF Junior final in round 2, and there's the move by Presley Martono, the Indonesian driver. Oh, and it's gone badly wrong for Alex Quinn, because not only was he passed, he almost hung himself out to dry a little bit, and losing another couple of places. Now Presley Martono immediately looking over his shoulder. At PF International circuit before and earlier today, we've seen, and certainly in the heats yesterday, we've seen drivers get to the front late in a race, start looking over the shoulder, and who am I to tell them how to drive the race? But the evidence of yesterday was it was a lot better to be kicking on for home rather than trying to get strategic defensive driving underway. But Presley Martono leads from Alex Quinn and Ulis de Power, and those, well, the front two actually just getting a little bit further away, aren't they? Presley Martono and Alex Quinn, 1 and 2. You know, these were the guys who started on the front row, and we're on lap 17 of 19, but there's no suggestion that it's all over for Alex Quinn there, because a most unfortunate incident. The driver looking for a run. No, it's not Alex Quinn. Read that wrongly. That's Logan Sargent and Marta Garcia Lopez, isn't it? Because looking there, no, I can't identify accurately, so until I can identify it accurately, most unfortunate closing stages of the KF Junior race, because that was going to a really strong position. Presley Martono in kart 204, not now in a situation where he's got a lot of traffic around him, but the whole tenor of the climax of this race has really been chopped off at the knees. No doubt we shall get an instant, well, not quite instant, but a replay coming along shortly. It is Alex Quinn behind, but no question that a most unfortunate situation where one of the drivers made contact to the point where one went out and the other lost a lot of places has deprived ourselves as neutral spectators of what looked as if it was going to be a blanket finish. Klemen Novalak was the beneficiary of most of that, because he moved up from about 6th up into 3rd place. The biggest loser was Ulis de Power. Incidentally, in 8th place now, Ulis de Power. Sun Yu Yang, who didn't feature in any of that, has got himself up to 9th, and championship leader Kenny Rosens, starting way down the grid, has got himself into, I think, 10th place. Let me just have a peep at the other screen. Yeah, Kenny Rosens up from 21st place at this start to 10th place now. So, Presley Martono, his lead is 0.98 of a second. In 2nd place, Alex Quinn. And those two are 2 seconds clear of the 3rd place driver, Clement Novalak. Marta Garcia Lopez has been passed by Logan Sargent and David Vidales. Oh, and more besides. Shvestov is up to 6th, De Power to 7th, Sun Yu Yang to 8th, and the Lady of Spain has dropped to 9th place. We're on the final lap. Presley Martono is the driver that you see in shot. Behind him is Alex Quinn. So, from Indonesia in Southeast Asia to Southwest England in Southwest Europe, or Western Europe perhaps I should say. Presley Martono told us earlier on he felt he'd got the speed that's needed to win races of this calibre at this level. He felt he had to avoid the mistakes and victories would come his way. Well, it's not quite in the bag yet, but it's pretty close to it now, because there's the checkered flag. Presley Martono wins it. Alex Quinn comes home in 2nd place, and a good chase to the line is just held in 3rd.